Okay, so let us continue. Yesterday I was traveling actually, I couldn't take in the session. So last when we stopped, we had started off our conversation on file handling. Okay, we thought of working on file handling, look at file handling, but that day the system was having some trouble and couldn't actually look at. So what we will do today is we will see how we can read files from an ABAP program or write contents into the file. Okay, so when we generally talk about files, there are two locations from where we can interact with files. Okay. One is okay, we can interact with files from both these locations, that is application server as well as presentation server. The file which is located in the application server, we can read such files, or files which are located in the presentation server. So when we want to read files that are in the presentation server, we have standard function modules. GUI underscore upload and GUI underscore download. GUI underscore upload as well as GUI underscore download. When you go in for interacting with files in the application server, we use ABAP statements. Open data set, read data set, transfer data set, close data set, all these kind of statements. These are typical ABAP statements we have when we want to interact with the files in the application server. So we can read a file which is there on the desktop, or we can read a file which is there on the server's some hard disk, some drive. Wherever your application server is located, some drive you can access a file from that location also. Okay. So how do we go about working with files? So typically when you are working with files, See, normally when you are trying to read the contents of the file, the easiest way to read or the best way to read it is read it into a structure which is having a field, only a single field. See, what you can do is, suppose, let me, where is it? File. Let's look at this file. Now suppose you are having a file something like this in which the data is maintained in this pattern. Okay, you can see it is a comma separated file. The data is separated by comma. So you are having the first field, comma, second field, comma, third field, fourth field, comma, that way the data is maintained. When an ABAP program reads the content of this file, what it basically does is this entire line is read as a single value. The entire line is read as a single value. Okay, it will read this whole line as a single value because the program is not going to know that there are different fields or it's a comma separated file and all. It doesn't have that much of sense. It will read the content of the file as it is into the ABAP program. Once the data lands into your program, then you process it, split it or cut it or do whatever you want to do with the data. Okay, so the best way to read always is to read the whole content as a single field. So that is the reason why I have declared, if you notice, okay, I have declared this field like this. Okay, I have declared a field called internal table structure. Sorry, I have declared a structure called a file, and I have just kept one field in it. Name is field, type string, so it can have any length. What we will do, whatever value you get from the file, the entire length of the field will be mapped onto that particular value. Okay, so that is the reason why we go in for doing something like this. Okay. Now, let us declare an internal table. Input parameter field, file name. It is basically to accept the name of the file from the user. Read file data. Okay, so how are we going to read the file data? Imagine that we are going to read the file which is there on the presentation server. So if we are reading a file on the presentation server, I'm going to call the function module GUI underscore So GUI underscore upload, the key field that you pass is the name of the file which we are going to accept from the user, and then the internal table name into which the program will read the contents. So where is the file name? File name is coming into this parameter which we are using. So I will pass that p underscore f name, and the data should be read into this internal table it underscore file. I'll read the contents into it underscore file. Save it. Save it. Active. Okay, let us test it and see. This is our file. Do split. Material.txt. This is our file. So this is the name of the file, nothing but the file path. An IT file as of now is blank, called GUI underscore upload. See, after GUI underscore upload is completed, there are two records in IT file. If you open it and see, you can see the first line and the second line has come into the internal table. So what the function module basically does, it will read the contents of the file and line by line it will create lines into the internal table. It's not going to make any sense of the data. It will just bring all the data that is there in the file, dump it into the internal table. Okay, it will bring in all the data from the internal table and dump it into, it will bring in all the data from the file and dump it into the internal table.
Shibu, so we are providing the path of the file or the file name?
We have to provide the path of the file. See here. We have to provide the path of the file. Path of the file is nothing but the file name. The file name that we say is not just the name of the file but the entire path. t:/user/toshiba/desktop/material.txt.
Okay.
Are you getting it? The entire path has to be provided. Otherwise, it will not be able to pull it up. Okay, the program will not know from where to read the file. You have to provide that.
But this is loading the data, not any fields or anything there.
No, it will read the content of the file and bring it into your program. What GUI underscore upload has done, it has read the file and the content of the file is in this internal table IT file. Okay, whatever content is there in the file has come into the internal table IT underscore file. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now you have to make sense out of the data. It is just reading one line of the file as one complete record. It does not know what are the values in it. It's not going to split or do anything with it. Especially when you're reading file contents, always remember one thing, file contents will always be treated as characters. Even if there are numerical values in it, when you read it, file contents will always be treated as characters. Okay. So after reading the content, you have to do all those conversions. So now I have my content in IT file. Let us process this content.
Next.
No, I think there was a disruption of the connection.
റബ്ബുക്കെല്ലാം തീർന്നു എല്ലാം തീർന്നു ഇംഗ്ലീഷിനകത്ത് സ്ഥലമുണ്ട്
Okay, the program is logged actually, we only logged it.
ഇത് ഫുള്ള്
Okay, so let us try to process the content of the file. Okay, so now the data that we have read from the file is in the internal table IT_file. I know that the file is a comma separated file, that is the fields, individual fields of the file are separated by commas. So what we will try to do is we will try to split the content of the file at the comma, okay, using the string statement called the split. So loop at p_it_file into a work area. Split wa_file hyphen field at comma into wa_mat hyphen wa_mat hyphen mbrsh. Now here, when you are trying to split the file into individual fields, knowing the individual fields is very, very important. Okay. What did I do in this program? I simply took some file called material.txt and then just read it from the ABAP program, brought the contents into the ABAP program. But that's not generally how it happens. See, we have done almost a kind of reverse engineering, but that's not the way it works in the real world. See, in the real world, the file is the one which comes first. Okay, it's like chicken and egg. So here we are very clear. Okay, there is no confusion, chicken first or egg first. Here we are very clear, file first. The file format is very, 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 very important. When an ABAPer begins writing a data migration program, the first question he should ask is, where is the file format? Let me show you a file format. Now, this is a file format. This is a file format. So what they will do is they will give you a file format listing you how the fields are going to be. Listing us how the fields are going to be. In this particular file, the idea was that we are not going to have any separator. Only the length of the field is the separator. So they will give very clearly. First field starts at 0. Customer number will be the first field. Second field is 15 to 30. Like this, like this. Every single piece of information will be made available. Only based on this can you start building up your file format. See, once the file format is available, then based on that information or that input only, you are going to do this split. I should know what is the content of my file. Then only I will come to know that what is the first field, what is the second field. See, the order in which you are planning to split the file is very important. Subtle change in the order and the whole idea is lost. Wrong values will go and sit in the wrong field. Right? Wrong values will go and sit into the wrong field. So it is extremely important that we know the file format. So generally what happens is when a functional requirement comes in, the file format is already available. It will come with a file format. Take the file format and then you try to create a dummy file like one that we created. So we have started off from the dummy file. This file's format we did not have because I created it. Okay, but generally in a functional requirement, the format of the file will be available. Then you create a dummy file out of it with some data to test your program. You will never work on the actual file which contains all the data. Okay, that's the data load activity which functional consultant will do, or the data migration team will be working. As an ABAPer, you will only be working with some dummy files. So typically they ask questions, interview question, how many records did you upload? As an ABAPer, you will hardly upload 2 or 3 records for testing purposes. More than that you will not. If you are part of the data migration team, then along with the functional owners of this development, we sit together and upload the full-fledged files which may contain millions of records. Okay, one-time activity. But when you are writing the program, you would upload the file 100 times. Testing. Okay. So I have split the data into individual fields. Let us see if the material internal table gets built up with the right kind of fields. Okay, first one was read file. So after reading the file, the contents have come into the file. Now this is your file. We already know that this file is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields, and the fields are separated by comma. That is why I wrote the logic here. Split the field content at the comma into 5 individual fields. So now, if you look at WMAT, you see perfectly it has split. So the order of the field also is very important. You make any mistake with the order of the field, then wrong fields will go and sit into the wrong fields. And suppose like MAKTX is the length description of the field. This one you map it into MAMTART, then only 4 characters will come. This is a 40 character field, there is only a 4 character field. So the order of the field is very, very important. so that the values do not get truncated, you don't miss up values, or you take a numerical field and try to put it into some character value. All this kind of blunders do not happen. So as this loop continues, your IT material will get all the records neatly processed. See here. So now my IT_mat has the content of the file neatly placed into individual fields of the internal table. Now I have the data ready. So now the data has come into your ABAP program, that's all. When I finish this program, the data is not getting posted into SAP.
Shibu, in case the file which we load, some field is missing, field data is missing, so then
how it will?
What's the
So for, how the file should be, if suppose for this record FERT is missing, the file should be like this. There should be a comma separator like this.
Oh, okay, right.
Let us try to load this file and see. It has come as comma, so it should process correctly. Let us see. See here. Now, had you forgotten to put one additional comma,
Yeah.
then the file is wrong actually. Then this file itself is wrong because the whole data will go wrong. Now the number of fields itself has come down. So when there is no data in the file, these are mandatory rules. If there is no content in a particular field, still that field location or the field space should be made available. If it is a tab separated file, then a extra tab should be there. If it's a comma separated file, then extra comma should be there. If it is a file which we are reading by the length, number of length for each field, the length of the characters of each field, then that much length space should be left blank. Else it is an incorrect file. You read it, it will go wrong. It has read the file. So when you are reading the file, the whole record is coming and sitting correctly. When you split, it will go wrong. See, the whole thing went wrong. Okay, this field was not there. He tried to read the next one. Sample material was a 40 big text. Only 4 characters it read. And the unit of measure came into description. So this is what has happened. The data is gone. Now this is junk data. You try to post it, it will not get posted. This is junk data. So you have to control that. You have to ensure. This is the reason why the layout of the file is very, very important. This is the reason why the layout of the file is very, very important. It's extremely important that you have to have the layout of the file. Based on the layout only, you will define your file, you will define your fields, you will define the order of the fields, define the separator that is going to be used in the field. All these things comes with that. Okay. Now in the same program, if I try to introduce, instead of reading the file from the application server, if suppose we want to read the file from the presentation server. Oh, sorry. Okay, in this example, we have read the file from the presentation server. Instead of that, if I want to read it from the application server. So if we want to read it, that open data set something is the syntax, right? Imagine the file is somewhere there. So I'll say open data set p_f_name syntax. Open data set name in binary mode or text mode for reading, writing, something like that. Let's see. For For input opens the file for reading. For input in text mode if psi sub rc is equal to 0. If you have opened the dataset successfully, then what? And we try to read the contents of the dataset. So do read dataset p underscore f name syntax into wa underscore file hyphen field if psi sub rc is not equal to 0, exit. Else okay, you are running an infinite loop, that is why an exit is needed. So you keep on reading the file till you reach the point where all the records of the file has been read. So how to see whether the file is there or not and it is available or not? There is a transaction called AL11. So generally on a real-time system, an ABAPer will not have access to AL11. This is basically gives you the application server directory, entire directory it will give you. So there is one temp folder. Generally I use this temp folder. Let us see if any file of ours is there. Okay, one more is there, SAP user. Knocked away all our files. Let's load our file there. So for testing purposes, this transaction what I'm telling, generally used for testing purposes. What happens is sometimes you want to upload a file into the application server, because without keeping a file in the application server, how you will check whether you can read the file correctly or not. So there is a standard transaction CG3C. Okay, there are two transactions actually. One is CG3Z, another is CG3Y. Remember them always. CG3Z is to upload and CG3Y is to download. So using this transaction you can upload a file from your desktop, from the presentation server, and keep it into the application server. Where is our file? I'll take the material.txt file and put it where? Put it at dot has been transferred. Okay. So let us go and check AL11. Right, temp directory was just a dot. Material.txt, the file has been uploaded. Now let us try to access this file from the ABAP program. Dot material.txt. So open dataset is the path for input in text mode encoding decode. Say sub rc 0 means the file has been opened, it comes inside. Read dataset, read append, read append. So now you see p underscore it file will have the contents of the file. Again the same story. So after reading the contents of the file, what do? Come out and then process file. Right. Split it at the comma because the file is a comma separated file, and then take it forward from there. Story remains the same. Okay, so whether you are reading the content from the application server or you are reading the content from the presentation server doesn't make any difference. You are trying to read the contents of the file and bringing it into the ABAP program. You are trying to read the contents of the file and bring it into the ABAP program. That is what you are primarily doing. Reading the contents of the file and bringing it into the ABAP program. Once the content of the file has reached the ABAP program, then the second stage of the data load programming comes in. Okay, so whenever you talk of data migration programs, conversions, interfaces, which have file, the first task is to get the file into the program. Once the file has come into the program, then the next task, what? Load, post this data into SAP. Now when this program is over, all this data that you read is gone. It was locally stored, okay, left with no more power. Okay, the locally stored data is what you are using. Okay, the data is coming and sitting into your desktop. That is all that is happening. Sorry, the data is coming and sitting into your internal tables. So from this internal table, they have to be posted into the SAP system. So in our next session, that is what we will focus on. Okay. So tomorrow we will continue. I have left with no power, otherwise I would have continued for some time. Okay, so
Okay,
what
no
we will do
problem.
is, are you clear? Are you very able to understand what we have done today? We have read the content of the file and brought it into the ABAP program, into internal tables. Now our next task is to move this data from the internal table into the SAP database. What are the different techniques to do that? How we do that? All those things we have to see. Make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay then. So I was talking to Tushar yesterday also. He is stuck with project. He said he will try to join and I will continue. Make sure that you are recording so that you can share it with him also. Okay, I will always ensure that I make you the organizer. Just make sure you are recording. Okay. Okay then.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Chibu.
Yeah.